Why do we assume the worst? Why do we overthink situations, and why do we think that the worst possible outcome is always happening no matter what the situation is? No matter what evidence is shown, no matter what truth is shown, we always think and we always assume that the worst is happening. Why is it that when something happens, our first thought is the worst possible outcome? And I know this is not for everybody, but I know this is like for me in my life, and I know there's other people out here that deal with this and that struggle with this on a daily basis. Because like I've told y'all before, bro, like I'm a big overthinker. Like I don't know why, I don't know what has caused that or what's made me become a big overthinker, but I overthink literally everything. And it's something that I've been trying to work on. It's something that I'm trying to, grow out of and get better with every single day. But I'm not gonna lie, it's hard. Like it's really hard. Like I overthink every situation, whether it be in my life, whether it be sports, YouTube, relationships, friendships, like literally anything, bro. If I feel something is not right, if I feel something, isn't going how I want it to go, I always assume the worst. I always assume the worst possible outcome. And it's kind of like my brain, I'm not gonna say it's wired for negativity, but I always think the worst situation. But I'm here to tell y'all today, like, it does not have to stay that way. Like, I'm not as bad as of an overthinker as I was a couple months ago. I'm not as bad of somebody who assumes the worst as I was a couple months ago. Like, it's something that we can grow out of. It's something that we can kind of move on from. Yes, it's going to take work. Yes, it's going to take time. But I really want to take time to just learn and understand, like, why does this happen? Why do we overthink? Because I'm not going to lie, bro. Like, it gets tiring. It gets draining always overthinking for literally no reason. When there's no evidence, there's no truth. Nobody has given us a reason to overthink, or nobody has given us a reason to assume the worst, but we continue to do it on a daily basis. We continue to assume the worst. We continue to overthink. Why? Like, I know me personally, like I feel drained every time I overthink or every time I assume the worst, because it's like putting the blame on something or the blame on someone for something that hasn't even happened. And in our minds, we're kind of manifesting this negativity. We're kind of manifesting this, worst case scenario on our life, because we're already thinking of it as a negative, in a negative way, as a negative connotation. We think that the worst is going to happen. We're kind of manifesting that. So if we continue to think the worst is going to happen out of every situation, that's what's going to happen. Like I've said before, what you think, what you say, what you put out into the world kind of comes to fruition. You think negative. If you speak negative, you're going to get negative. If you speak positive, if you think positive, more than likely positive is going to come into our life. So that's why I say, like, when we always overthink and we always assume the worst, bro, it's like we're manifesting that situation to happen. When we have no evidence, we have no truth that that's actually happening. It's just our brains having this kind of negativity bias. Like your mind is built to look for danger, because like we're born to survive. You know what I'm saying? We're born in a survival mode. Like we have that survival instinct about us. So our mind is, it's built to look for danger. It's built to look for the bad things. So it's natural for us to spot what's going wrong way faster than we spot what's going right, or we spot the negative way faster than we see the positive. But in today's day and age, that's just anxiety, bro. Like that's just anxiety. That's just overthinking. That's just being nervous for something that 9 times out of 10 is not even going to happen. Like when we feel these things and when we feel this anxiety, when we feel this overthinking and we feel like we're going to assume the worst in a situation, I know for me, what's been working is literally turning to God, like praying as soon as you get that feeling, as soon as you get those thoughts. Like God wants us to bring all our anxieties. He wants us to bring all our worries, all our issues, all our bad things, our negative things about us. He wants us to bring them to his feet so he can take care of them. So he can heal us in a way that we can't heal ourselves. So he can help us grow in ways that we can't grow ourselves. Like that's what's been helping me. That's what's kind of been helping me like grow out of it and kind of get out of that cage of always overthinking and always thinking the worst, always thinking the negative is going to happen, or always assuming the worst is going to happen. Like, bro, just go pray. Go pray. Go talk to God. Go give him your anxieties. Go give him the feelings that you may have about something, or the feelings or the emotions that you may have about a situation, and watch how he works. Watch what he can do. Like, I'm gonna just be straight up honest. Like, when I pray, bro, I feel at peace with whatever I might be thinking about, whatever I might be assuming. I feel at peace about it because I know that God is gonna take care of it. I know that God is gonna move that mountain and is gonna heal me. It's gonna heal my mind. It's gonna heal my heart from what I may be thinking. Because when we overthink and we start to assume the worst, bro, that's the devil trying to throw us off our path. That's the devil trying to hold us captive and put us under this umbrella of just being negative. Like, we don't want the devil to win. So when we do get that thought, bro, we gotta turn to God. We got to. Like, as soon as we get it, we gotta give God everything that we got. We gotta surrender to God with everything that we have. Everything. Like I said, when I do that, bro, it just brings me so much peace while I'm overthinking or while I, am assuming the worst. Like, so much peace. But aside from that, bro, another reason why we start to assume the worst or we start to overthink sometimes is because, like, of the past. Past hurts kind of shape our assumptions. A lot of times we expect the worst because of the things we've been through. And you may not know what you've been through. It may take some time to reflect on that. It took me time to reflect on that and look back and be like, why do I overthink so much? Why do I assume the worst in every situation? And we kind of think it's like a protection. We always kind of think it's like our gut instinct trying to tell us something. Like I said, we expect the worst because of what we've been through and we think it's protection. But at some point, it becomes a cage that's hard to escape. You know what I'm saying? It becomes an umbrella that we can't move from under. Like, yeah, we might have been hurt in the past. Yeah, there's some things in our past and there's some things that we've been through that might have hurt us. But we got to continue to grow every single day. Like, we can't keep living in those past traumas. We can't keep living in the past and the pain that we've been through. Yeah, it happened. Like, yes, it happened. It happened to us. It's bad that it happened to us. Yeah, that's fine. But we got to grow from that. We can't keep living in that past. So I'm going to give you an example. Like, say you were in a relationship, right? You went through a breakup or whatever. And when somebody else new comes into your life, you think that that person is going to do the same thing to you. But we can't bring our past hurt. We can't bring our past trauma to a new person because that's a whole new person. This is a whole new opportunity. This is a whole new blessing or thing that God has brought into our life. So why do we keep living in the past? Why do we keep thinking that it's going to happen over and over again? Like, no matter how many times we might have been hurt, no matter how many times we've been through the worst, that doesn't mean it's always going to happen to us. I hope that's making sense what I'm saying. Like, yeah, our mind goes into this protection mode, but at some point we got to grow out of that cage. We got to get out of that insecurity. We got to get out of that past pain, that past trauma. We got to move on from it. We got to forgive and forget. Like, we got to forgive and let that go and keep striving to be better, keep striving to take a step forward in our lives. Because when we assume the worst, it blocks the good things that God has intended for us. You start to ruin opportunities. You start to ruin relationships. You start to ruin your peace because you've already decided that something bad is going to happen. That's what I was kind of trying to give that example of. Like, we think that because this person hurt us, we think that the next person is going to do the same thing. But those are two different people. Like, God could be trying to bless you with somebody in your life, but you ruin that opportunity. You ruin that relationship because you've already decided or you've already assumed that something bad is going to happen. Like, you've already lost that battle before you've even started. Like, why do we not give people opportunities to show their true colors? Or why do we not give situations opportunities to just show that it's okay for us to be there? Like, it's meant for us to be there. Like, we don't have to assume the worst in every situation. We don't have to overthink every situation. Like, we have to start growing from this, no matter how much pain and trauma we've been through. And I know it's going to be hard, bro. Like, I'm not saying it's going to be easy to grow from this. I'm not saying you got to just forget about everything that's happened in your life. But I'm saying we can't ruin our new opportunities. We can't ruin what God has intended for us, whether it be in peace, whether it be with relationships, whether it be in your life. Like, we cannot ruin what God has intended for us because of what's happened to us before. You're going to fall 7 times. You're going to have to get up 8. You know what I'm saying? You can't be so stuck on the past, and you can't be so stuck on those past pains and those past traumas that you ruin what God has for your future. Like, you can't lose that battle before you started it. You got to give some things a chance. And I'm speaking to myself when I say this too. Like, I'm the biggest overthinker. I'm the biggest person that assumes the worst in situations. And like I said, when I've actually reflected and I actually realized why that happens and what to do to get out of that, I can say that it's gotten better. Like, I've grown. Like, there's ways you can shift out of it, bro. Like, when that starts to happen, just pause. Literally pause. Think, like, why am I thinking this? There's no truth. There's no evidence. Like, catch yourself when that first negative thought hits, so you don't go down that spiral. Because I know how it is. You get that first negative thought, then it branches to another situation. It might branch to another person. And then your mind is just, it's over with. Like, you're thinking about everything. You can't go to sleep. You can't do anything else because you're just so deep in thought of only the negative. Like, you're not even thinking about nothing positive. It's only the negative. And it's only the worst of what could happen. But there's no truth or evidence with it. So why do you keep thinking that way? Like, reframe, bro. Like, just ask yourself, what if the opposite is true? What if this is going to be positive? Like, these opportunities could be positive. These people that God are bringing into your life could be positive, and they could be for you and for your purpose. Like, ask yourself, what if something good comes out of this? That's why I say, like, you got to give everything a chance. Every person that God brings into your life, or every situation that God may bring into your life, every opportunity that God may bring into your life, or every door that he may open in your life, bro, like, give it a chance. Just give it a chance, because you never know what could come out of it. Don't just assume the worst out of every situation. Like, focus on evidence and not fear. Don't let your feelings or your emotions write a false story, because that's probably 9 times out of 10 what's not happening. You're just so stuck on the past and stuck on your past trauma that you make a story in your head and you manifest it, that's going to happen. And when you continue to think negative, when you continue to speak negative, bro, like I said, that's what's going to happen in your life. When you're always overthinking, you're always assuming the worst, like, you're manifesting the negative to happen in your life. And we can't be held captive to this no more, man. Like, we gotta break out of this cage. And I'm the same way. I want y'all to know that. I know I've said that a lot, but I'm not trying to make it seem like it's easy to do, because it's not. Like, I've kind of been this way my whole life. You know, I've overthunk a lot of things. I've assumed the worst in a lot of situations, in relationships, friendships, sports, life, like anything, bro. I've overthought literally everything in my life. But we got to stop letting fear write our story before life has even had a chance to happen. We got to stop letting fear write our story before God has even had a chance to work in our life. You know what I'm saying? And when you get those thoughts and you get those feelings, bro, turn to God, go pray, go talk to him, go put everything at his feet and let him pick it up. Let him do what he wants to do in your life. But you got to surrender to him. Like, yeah, assuming the worst and overthinking might feel safe, but it's still in your peace. You know what I'm saying? It's doing nothing but stressing you out. So start giving life a chance to surprise you. Start giving people opportunities to show you that there is good in the world. Start letting God bring people or opportunities or situations into your life that he intends to be there. Stop trying to close them off. Stop trying to shut them off before they even get a chance to blossom. You know, stop assuming the worst. You know, it's going to steal your peace a lot. Like, you're going to be stressed out all the time when you just constantly thinking and you constantly assuming the worst in situations. But that'll be all for this video, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you like this video, go hit that sub button and we're at 500 subs. Appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And I'll see y'all in the next one.